thing that I see is when I look at Mr. Sells and the stuff that he has sent us, so that we can actually have a way to see he's been an enemy to all of us until we received that back. I was afraid of this man because I didn't know him. But if we really think about what we have read, things that come into my mind, I think Mr. Sells is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sylvester Stallone movies, Clint Eastwood movies.
Hold it up to your mouth, Aubrey.
Charles Bronson. We have right here in our midst a hometown hero. And if we vote like everybody has told us to vote, then we're going to miss the opportunity to vote for someone that I think we really look up to in the future.
Ms. Bryant, thank you very much. Angie, I believe you are next, speaking on behalf of
Good evening, everyone. My name is Angie Flores-Bernardo, and I'm the precinct chair for Nueces County Republican Party. I am honored to stand here before you to talk to you about my support for District Attorney Ana Jimenez. I know we all have decisions to make in life, and for some it might be easy, and for others it might be a little harder. To me, it is easy, and I will tell you why. I feel that the appointment that Governor Rick Perry made for Nueces County was a great decision. The governor selected from a wide range of qualified applicants a person that he felt was best to serve the residents of Nueces County. And in doing so, Nueces County not only has the first woman to hold that position, but also a great DA. She may not stand 6 feet, but let me tell you, she is tough. District Attorney Ana Jimenez is a product of public schools and a graduate from Mary Carroll High School. Also a graduate from Texas A&M University, right here in Corpus Christi. She received her law degree from Texas Southern University. Ana understands the community since she is a product of our community and our wonderful city. She's a wonderful inspiration for anyone that wants to achieve their dreams. I can stand here and tell you what she has accomplished in her role as District Attorney's Office and in the Nueces County area. But instead, I want to tell you what I want as a district attorney. On May 8th, I was a victim of crime, as most of you have seen on the news. 3 individuals broke into our vehicles while we slept, but thankfully, our alarm allowed us to call the Corpus Christi Police Department, and they showed up and made 3 arrests. When it happens, you don't know what to think. Will they break into my house? Will they harm us? Will they take our children? You just don't know what to think. It's very confusing and it's a very difficult and frightening experience that I hope no one ever has to go through. When I was first asked to speak to you about Ana Jimenez, I was going to speak to you as a precinct chair asking you to support Ana, who the governor appointed. And we can't let the governor down. What a great job she's doing, and that all may be true. But to me, it is personal, very personal. What I want is someone who will make sure that the individuals who break into our cars, rob our merchants, commit harm to you and others are arrested and prosecuted. Being a victim of crime is very personal, and we never really understand it until it impacts us. I know Ana Jimenez, and I know Ana is that person who will make sure that if you commit a crime, you will be prosecuted, and you will serve your time in jail. Yeah, you know, it's great. You know, she is a female and she is a Hispanic, but to me, what really matters is that she will make sure the residents of Nueces County are going to be safe. I hope you support Ana Jimenez.
We're getting there. Is there anyone else on the committee that would like to speak on behalf of James? All right, there was one more person slated to speak as an executive committee member on behalf of Anna. We'll get that opportunity, then we'll move to, I additionally had asked 3 from each members of the public, so you can hear once again from your constituents to speak, this time only for 2 minutes each, and then we'll move on. I don't know if anybody knows this gentleman. Maybe you'll hard to recognize without your hat.
I just want to tell you, you've done a great job, and any mistakes you make, you know it's because of your arm.
That's right.
Is that Hulk Hogan out there in the audience?
Yeah, it is.
You see that?
Yeah.
There he is. I was a little bit distracted. Okay, go ahead. Let's start my time. Okay. A number of prominent Democrats that I've been speaking with over the week. I talked to a number, I want to name them by name, Keys and whole office. Not one of them had any positive thing to say regarding the Nueces County first Republican district attorney, first female Hispanic district attorney, or the fact that the governor had made that appointment. Not one of them, which means, fellow conservatives and Republicans, we must be on the right track. Governor Perry has been skillful in his appointments because he had listened, and he does listen to the grassroots. If you want to accept a misrepresentation of her qualifications and skills and her ability, then you have to ignore her record as a practicing attorney, as it was alluded to earlier. Most of our judges began not as office holders, but as practicing attorneys. And as after election, they went on and proved to be quite capable. Some facts to consider. True conservatives versus rhinos, Republicans in name only. Minority families, like most American families, tend to have families, raise them conservatively, love of God, home, family, country, personal responsibility, education, hard work, cleanliness, etc. And conservatives come in all shapes and sizes, all colors, male, female, young, old, like me, middle-aged. Listen, high school grads, college grads, those who dropped out to help provide for their families. And that is true for Nueces County voters. And that is why Lloyd Neal is county judge. That is why Tom Greenwell is the district court judge. That is why Jim Kalin is the sheriff. That's why Rose Baylor is justice on the 13th Court of Appeals. All elected against entrenched liberal Democrats. And they did it with the support of conservatives across the board, including Hispanics. The folks at the forefront of the Republican Party have in Nueces County understood that qualified conservative Hispanics must be given the opportunity and support to offer themselves for public service. As a member of the SREC, I too, upon careful consideration of the 5 individuals who submitted their names, came to the qualified conclusion that Attorney Jimenez was the one, and so I informed the governor of Texas. I mean, even the governor was a conservative Democrat once. Now, this is not a full term. It's a 2-year term, a completion of Valdez's term. We have 2 years to determine if we want to support her for a full 4-year term. But I ask that you give her this chance. The governor asked that you give her this chance. Our Republican elected officials ask that you give her this chance. And many here today intend to give her that chance. To hell with the lies. The Republican Party is the party of inclusion. It is the vehicle by which we return to fiscal sanity, integrity, red, white, and blue patriotism. You better believe it. Ana Jimenez is the one.
Wow. Mr. Jones, thank you very much. We have, Mr. Jones, look in your stack of papers. Did you take my agenda with you?
Somebody said if I took it, we'd have to call for the vote.
Let's say misdemeanor.
You returned it. There was no intent to permanently deprive